Breaking news right now. Do we have public servants in office who are acting as elected officials without swearing in allegiance to the Constitution? A writ of quo warranto has been filed in the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C., stating that numerous oaths of office cannot be found on file for many of our federal public officials, including Vice President Kamala Harris and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. Also on the list of missing oaths of office include the CDC Director, Rochelle Walensky, Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen, Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm, the FDA Commissioner, Janet Woodcock, Secretary of Health and Human Services, Xavier Becerra, Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, and the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cadorna, Secretary of Commerce, Gina Raimondo, the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, and the Commissioner of the FDA, Robert Califf, Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh, Deputy Secretary of Labor, Julie Su, and the remedy sought for those individuals who have failed or refused to produce an affidavit as required by 5 U.S. Code, subsection 3332, demand that those persons provide the U.S. Attorney and the court in Washington, D.C. with the compulsory affidavit within 10 days. For those individuals who do not produce the affidavit within the 10 days and who have admitted that they do not possess the requisite affidavit, and those who have produced defective affidavits, they must immediately terminate their appointments or positions, render all official acts, bills, laws, regulations, or any official actions whatsoever, including the appointment of any subordinates, void ab initio, as well as replace and restore all proper and former office holders until competent replacements can be lawfully appointed. In order to be effective as a sworn declaration, it must either be sworn before a notary public or sworn under penalty of perjury per 18 U.S. Code subsection 1746. Once again, the issue before the U.S. Attorney is straightforward. Petitioner has sought the required affidavits prescribed in 5 U.S. Code subsection 3332 from all appointees referenced via the Freedom of Information Act, and this request and not one of the aforementioned appointees have produced a compliant affidavit consistent with applicable statutes. Either the affidavits are non-existent, wanting, defective, or the appointee has failed or refuses to provide the mandated affidavit to hold their respective offices. Follow rightnow.news and @AnnVandersteel on CloutHub, Twitter, Truth, and Getter for more